Call of Duty Zombies has been around for over 12 years now, and over the years there's been many records set on many maps released, but never would I ever have imagined that in the year 2020 I had witnessed Zombies history, and you are going to witness it as well. This is the world's highest round ever achieved in Call of Duty Zombies, round 9,948. This is an absolutely incredible achievement for the Zombies community and the high round community at large, so be sure to sit back, relax, get comfy, as we are going to go over Zombies history. Now, I watched this all be achieved live on Twitch by a somewhat unknown player in the high round Zombies community, a legend who goes by the name of Riv10. From this video being uploaded, Riv10 has played this game of Zombies for 96 hours over the course of the last 3 weeks, all streamed on Twitch. Now, before I go any further, you guys have to click the link in the description to go over to his Twitch. When you're done with this video, hit him with a follow, hit him with a subscribe if you can afford it, because this man has been going for this record for the last 6 months. I'm sure you're all asking the same question. How on earth did someone get to round 9,948? First of all, he streamed the entire thing on Twitch from start to finish, and I watched a good 1,000 rounds. He got so incredibly close to round 10,000. One day we might see that happen on this map. In order to explain how such a high round is possible, we have to talk about Shi No Numa. Shi No Numa is a really interesting map because this is a map where only 24 zombies spawn per round, and that never changes no matter what round you're on. So it's fairly easy to rack up some very high rounds on Shi No Numa, and many players have achieved some incredibly high round records on this map, with the first huge Shi No Numa record being held in 2015 by Frenzy by getting to round 7,200. This record was beaten 2 years ago by a player called Instakiller, who got to an incredible round 9,072. It's been pretty much impossible ever since then for that record to be broken, but Riv10 has gone and achieved the impossible. Here's where it gets even more technical. Sadly, no game of Zombies can purely last forever. Every single map and every single game is prone to eventually having a reset bug, where there's just been so much happening for such a long amount of time that the game can't handle it anymore, and it just resets the map at round 1. So achieving super high rounds on this map requires not only skill, but also being able to play against the clock, because eventually your game will reset. Now, when it comes to World at War, the most stable version for high round runs is the Xbox 360 version, with an estimated reset glitch happening at 106 hours into a game. Riv's game sadly ended at 95 hours, so he had a little bit more time left, and I definitely think he could have got to 10,000. But 95 hours in one single game of Zombies is enough for anyone. Now, normally playing Zombies on PC would allow you to get to rounds far higher than console, but for some reason the PC version just isn't very optimized, and you'll reset in half the time. And the PS3 version will also error way quicker than the Xbox 360. And when it comes to the Xbox One version on back compat, that crashes after 6 hours for some reason. So this game was played entirely on an Xbox 360, which is even more impressive. Now let's jump into exactly how he achieved this world record. The main goals in this game are very simple: to get yourself the Wunderwaffe DG2 and the PPSH from the mystery box, which is RNG and luck in itself to not have the box move too much, and you open only 2 of the 4 huts on the map: storage and Doctor's Quarters. For this, you only need Juggernog and Speed Cola, and you need to get lucky if those perk machines are even in these 2 huts. Any combination of bad RNG from what you need for this equals an instant restart. You're probably wondering, why not Quick Revive? In World at War, Quick Revive on solo does not revive you, and you don't need double tap. And not only that, but opening more huts than the 2 needed also messed the spawns up for this strategy to work. It took him 1 hour to get to round 60 within this run, and once he's fully set up, all he does is train around the front of the flogger using the Wunderwaffe. Again, since there's only 24 zombies around, this isn't particularly difficult, and the Wunderwaffe will kill on any round. The really weird thing that you're probably noticing in these incredibly high rounds is how is he killing the zombies instantly with his PPSH. And once you get past round 208, you encounter a bug called insta-kill rounds. And what essentially happens is the zombies' health gets so high that it turns into a negative number within the coding of the game, which makes the zombies' HP lower than 0, meaning they are insta-kills. And that happens every other round. And every other round is an insta-kill round, meaning the zombies can instantly be killed by the PPSH, which is why he keeps switching between using the flogger trap and then using a mixture of the PPSH and Wunderwaffe. Combining that strategy and the use of the weapons ammo with dog rounds every 3 to 4 rounds, you will always be getting a max ammo, so you will never run out of ammo. And that's essentially all that Riv did for the next 90 odd hours. Combination of starting the round at the bridge, throwing the nades in those spots because it's going to be an insta-kill round, and shooting Wunderwaffe shots in this window spawn full of zombies, and the rest that come through the flogger trap, you just train them up, shoot them with a few shots of the Wunderwaffe, and that is the round basically complete. And then whenever it is an insta-kill round, or in some cases having an insta-kill, you can just go ahead and spray the rest of the zombies with your PPSH, and the round is basically complete within 20 seconds. Like I said earlier, the highest round ever achieved on Shi No Numa was 9,072, and it seemed like no one was ever going to beat it for a few different reasons. The first being the reset bug, which is supposedly kicking in at 106 hours into the game, but it could happen sooner, it could happen later. But 100 hours in one game of zombies is definitely a record amount of hours I've never heard that could be put into one map. Another is the stability of the game itself. These rounds definitely have a hit on the performance of the game. Riv definitely did have some frame issues at some points where you could definitely see the game was struggling. There are obviously ways that you can combat those issues so that they happen less frequently or not at all. And it also comes down to the strategy, because whatever you're doing, you've got to be doing it very fast so that you do everything as optimally as possible to stop that reset from happening. But something that I didn't realize until the other day, thanks to a video from Russian, is that there is quite a small community of players dedicated to getting the highest round ever achieved in World at War Zombie Shi No Numa. And another prominent member of that community is another Twitch streamer called Krups. Now, Krups is known for having world records on Nakda and Toten for round 1,306, PC Verrucht for round 436, and the world record round 148 on Doris on PC. Don't get it twisted, the focus of this video is Riv 10, the king of zombies, for getting a new world record, but Krups has created a new strategy on Shi No Numa, which in theory is even faster than the one Riv 10 used in his world record game, and can get you to round 10,000 10 hours quicker. And in theory, playing to the reset time could get you to round 13,000. Like, it's just incredible that a map from a game that was released 12 years ago is still having new things learned and mastered about it even today. And shows that old school zombies is definitely still very popular and incredibly fascinating. Now, the strategy is fairly similar to the one that Riv 10 used, but it's in a different spot on the map. This is on the island outside of the doctor's quarters area, and it's a very similar strat using the Wunderwaffe and the PPSH. This strat eliminates using the flogger, which could have some potential effects on the game's performance, and it does seem to be a lot quicker per round, as shockingly as that sounds when you watch Riv 10's gameplay and how quickly he was burning through those rounds anyway. It just really goes to show you that high round zombies games are really a game of skill and mastery. And this strat in particular is far more difficult than the one that Riv 10 used for his world record gameplay. This actually takes a considerable amount of skill, because you could very easily get trapped by the zombies, and once you go down, that's it. World at War has no quick revives on solo. So with Riv 10 beating the world record, how exactly did he get so close but yet not quite to that round 10,000 mark? Well, we're going to watch the moments leading up to it, because it is so sad and just absolutely out of nowhere. He was having the game and run of his life. There was nothing he was doing wrong at all whatsoever, but it was just one of those moments where there's a zombie or two in a spot where they normally never go to, and with the buggy and glitchiness of World at War, one thing leads to another, and from that moment on, that's it. It was incredibly unfortunate, because I was fully rooting for him to get to round 10,000, as it would have been the world's first ever seen 10,000 rounds in a game of zombies. And like I said, with Krups' strategy, one day Riv's world record could be beaten, and it could be by Krups' strategy, which could very well get him to round 10,000, but the chances of a round 10,000 game happening for a long while yet. But it seems that the community is well and truly still alive and thriving, and games as old as World at War are still surprising the zombies community even in 2020. If you enjoyed this look at zombies history, let me know in the comments section on your thoughts. Be sure to drop a like rating, but more importantly, go check out Riv10's Twitch link down below in this video's description. Hit him with a follow, show him all the love in the world, because this man has put 95 hours into a game of zombies to achieve a new world record. I'll drop his Twitter in the description as well if you want to send him a tweet just congratulating him, because he is a mad lad. Big thank you also to Russian for some of the information in this video. If you want to see more world record videos, I definitely recommend his channel link below. And be sure to check out Crops' Twitch channel down below as well. He's pretty much the Shi No Numa master and is also attempting a similar world record on the map. Let me know in the comment section your highest round you've ever achieved inside of zombies. If you want to keep up to date with the latest and greatest in zombies, be sure to subscribe to the channel with the bell ticked. On your screen right now is one of my previous uploads. Click on that and I'll catch you there in just a few moments.